Assalamualaikum. We are going to present the assignment of Business Economic ECO1043. The topic is about electricity. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Amir Haziq and my ID is IDA 2208016. Next, this is the question about our assignment. Move on to the answer of question 1. Based on my research, according to Study Smarter, the reason why the demand for gas is so inelastic because gasoline is a necessity goods, which means people really need in their daily life. For example, right now, many people fuel their vehicle with gasoline because gasoline cannot be substituted for another good. On the other hand, gasoline is easy to find because there are a bunch of gas stations at many areas. For example, in Malaysia, the biggest company that produce gasoline is BHP, Petronas, ExxonMobil, and many more. So we can see that people right now more likely to use gasoline because they use automobile as their primary transportation. Next, because of electric car are more expensive than gas fuel vehicle, and the infrastructure for charging this vehicle is not widely established in many countries. Move on to the next question. Historically, the demand for gasoline has been relatively inelastic in the short run. For instance, as gasoline price doubled from 2002 to 2011 in America based on economic research said Lewis, the expenditure per capita on gasoline also increased by 91%. The fact that people still need to commute to work or travel to other places and that there is no readily available alternative energy source for gasoline make it difficult to reduce the quantity demanded for gasoline in the short run. Even when gas prices are high, given that consumer budgets stay the same, this means consumers will have less to spend on other goods. Typically, consumers buy less of goods when the price increase. In economics, this is referred to as the law of demand. However, the magnitude of change is not necessarily the same for all goods. Elasticity of demand is a measure of how responsive consumers are to a change in the price of a good service. For example, it is not always easy for consumers to adjust gasoline consumption when the price of gasoline jumps unexpectedly. As we can see right now, consumers still demanding gasoline because electric car is very inconvenient. Based on ocean crash motor, people may not into electric car because recharging an electric car can take hours to fully charge, but filling up at a gas station only take 2 to 3 minutes. As a result, they continue to purchase almost the same amount of gasoline even the price jump. This is referred to as elastic demand. Next, this is the graph of question 2. A change in the price of goods causes a smaller percentage change in quantity demand. So this is an elastic graph.
Before I explain question 3, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Aziz Muhammad Azhar. But basically, for the answer of question 3, there's two main points. It's short term and long term. For the short term, is relative inelastic. For the long term, is elastic. The meaning of inelastic, the quantity supply does not change much in response to the change in price. Because as stated in this website, Maximum Market Research, Malaysia is investing too much focus on building power for vehicle, and in that website they prove. Other than that, consumer will not receive any subsidy to purchase electric vehicle for the time being in Malaysia. The high cost of electric vehicle may hinder Malaysia from making research. Consider Tesla Model S, which costs more than 650,000. Its make adoption really hard for the majority. Malaysia it's in the M40 age group. Renault Zoe and Nissan Leaf are cost-effective solution with price starting at 145,888 ringgit and RM 180,566 ringgit in Malaysia respectively. EV are most accessible to individuals with the T20 sector such rate, especially without the government incentive to make the switch. According to 2020 MMR survey, nearly 65% of Malaysia respondents said that the tax break would encourage them to purchase an electric vehicle. In addition, the presence of local charging stations would entice 56% of Malaysian respondents to purchase an EV. Malaysia mainland country like Norway, which saw a boom in electric vehicle purchase in 2021 to boost the demand. The government offered EV driver a 90% tax reduction despite the fact that NAP made no mention of EV incentive or tax advantage. MITI Deputy Minister Ong Kian Meng indicate that such details have yet to be finalized. However, in long term, the supply of electric vehicles may become more elastic as technology investment and economies can reduce production costs as stated on the website X Innovation. Falling battery price in ratio of cost is already happening. You might find report that talking 30% reduction in 2019 from the year before as the demand increase. However, there is various other factors to play. There is of course the concern where the material to make up battery are sold, especially cobalt. One of the most popular location is the Democratic Republic of Congo. The good news is cobalt has a strong recyclable battery, in fact 100% recyclable. Second, battery technology is continuing to improve. Lithium titanate and lithium iron phosphate, for example, are gaining importance in electric vehicle market and donate cobalt. They should bring price to RM340.48 kilowatt per hour ahead of predicted schedule. The range bring potential of the much talking about 1 million mAh battery and provide the potential of even power storage over the longer term and increase production capacity. According to this website Alton, Malaysia aim to grow electric vehicle market share to 38 by 2040 through the low carbon nation aspiration, or the term in Melayu aspirasi rendah karbon 2040, which is the part of National Energy Policy 2022 till 2040 Dasar Tenaga Negara or DTN that was announced in 12 February 2022. Question 4 is the answer for question 4 is one that would likely to have a positive cross price electricity with car is motorcycle. This means that as the price of the car decrease P1 to P2, while the quantity demanded for motorcycle also decrease from P1 to P2, thus the product car and motorcycle are viewed as being a substitute.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, and my name is Shakir Gausa bin Sahril. My ID number is IDA22081007, and I would to answer question number 5. And in this questions, there is two scenario. Which the first question is price vehicle fall from $29,493 to $25,939, and the demand increased from 7,000 to 10,000. As we could see right here, I just prepare the formula and insert the number correctly into the formula, and this calculation is to calculate the price elasticity of demands, and finally we will get negative 3.57 for the price elasticity of demands. So I will exclude the negative sign and get the total is 3.57, which is elastic and relatively responsive. The price elasticity of demands is above 1. As price increase 1%, the quantity demanded for good X will decrease by 3.57% and vice versa. So I will move on to the next slides. So this is the second scenario. So in this scenario, it states that if price increase from $29,493 to $32,000, the demand decrease from 7,000 to 5,000. So I just do the calculation, and the formula is just same, just like the first scenario. And in this calculation, the total price elasticity of demand will be 3.41. As price increase 1%, the quantity demand for goods will decrease by 3.41% and vice versa. This will prove that it is elastic and relatively responsive. Okay, this is the graph for question number 5. There is two graphs as we can see right here, which is for two scenarios. As I said earlier, this is the first scenario's graph, which the price vehicle fall from 29,493 to 25,939, and the demand increase from 7,000 to 10,000. And this is the other graph for the second scenario, which the price increased from 29,493 to 32,000, and the demand decreased from 7,000 to 5,000. As we see earlier in the graph from the previous slides, it shows that it have flatter slope of demand curve. A change in the price of the good cause a bigger percentage in quantity demands. The percentage change in price is smaller than the percentage change in the quantity demands. As we see right here, we have three prices that ABC firm should consider to charge their customer, and it generates three different total revenue. The first total revenue for the first price is 206,451,000, and the second price generate total revenue which is 160 million, and the last price generate total revenue 259,319,000. Based on my economic knowledge, it will be advisable for ABC firm to charge price 25,939, as this price point generate higher revenue. This also shows that most of consumer is sensitive to price changes. Those with lower income have an elastic demand, whereby a slight change in the price of goods will affect their budget considerably. On the other hand, ABC firm can take a few steps to attract consumer by differentiate the products, diversify the product lines, increase the non-price values. These strategies can help the ABC firm to increase revenue even the consumer are sensitive to price changes. And for questions number 6, as we can see in the questions, as income increased by 10%, the gasoline consumptions increased by 20%. In this question, we will calculate the income elasticity of demands, which is YED. If YED is positive, it indicates that the good is a luxury goods. As income increase, the demand for the goods also increase. Since YED is positive, as we see in these calculations, it's equal to 2. This means that the demand for the gasoline is a luxury goods, which meaning as income increase, the demand for gasoline also increase by a larger proportion, 2 times the increase in income. So this is graph for question number 6. This graph shows that this is elastic income elasticity. And this is our resources that we use in this assignment to complete all of the questions.